Yes, der.
Well, hello and welcome everybody. My name is Lord Henry Wovington III of England. An outstanding pleasure to meet you all. I am here to talk about a topic that has fascinated humankind for centuries, if not actually millennia. Actually, the first games I've heard about came back from ages. What I'm here to talk about is games, and I have been appointed by the Queen herself to make an in-case study of games, of gaming in general. For this, the Royal Gaming Society had been granted millions and millions of pounds, which we are willing to spend in making severe case studies of this entire deep cultural branch. Of course, we'll also use them for such things as exquisite wine, hiding mansions, and building fantastic lodges such as this one. With me today, I have, of course, oh yeah, it's right there. The Count Chad himself of Romania. An outstanding pleasure to meet you.
Yes, it's all your pleasure.
Indeed. Quite disturbing. Also, I have Sir Chiddington of Scandinavia himself here today.
Thank you for being here.
But it's wonderful. We're really stunned that you could join us here today to discuss and delve into a game that has fascinated most people for the last thousands and thousands of years. So I'm sure we all will look forward at delving into this game.
I was wondering, wasn't there supposed to be a fourth person here today?
Yes, of course there was supposed to be a fourth. Unfortunately, while driving towards this most fantastic lodge placed in somewhere in South Africa, I'm not entirely sure, I gotta confess, he was attacked by a flock of most malicious seagulls. He suffered severe damage from what I couldn't understand, actually currently lacking several limbs.
I see.
Until such time when we can grow new ones, we'll have to survive without him.
Okay.
So, what we'll be looking into today is a game that has fascinated most people for centuries, simply known as War. What are you doing?
War, I guess.
Yes, that is most fascinating, but we're in fact dealing with the card game known as War. Please don't kill me.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Well, then I guess there's no need for this one.
Now, that disturbing sidetrack aside, let's get on with this study in case study, shall we? Jeeves! Get in here! Sire? Most incompetent servant. Where the hell have you been?
Well, I've been right here, actually. I'm sorry.
Well, why the devil wait so long? We're lacking lemonade and cards here, man.
I'm so sorry, sir.
Well, get you on with it, will you? Don't you think you've been in Azerbaijan for that lemonade? Get out. Bloody servants never any good these days, eh?
Yes.
Now, let's get on with the game, shall we? You see, we each are given an equal part of the deck of cards, which is a most magnificent French invention from what I've heard. Now, the purpose of this game is in fact to utterly and completely destroy each other in violent battle through these cards. Now, for instance, as I turn this card, each of us will then turn a card in fact, and the highest card will be the dominant one. Now, you have had an ace, which normally in most games are good. However, in this game, and according to British rules, the ace counts as a 1.
I thought that ace was the highest one.
Yes, perhaps in some of your other silly games. And that means that I win.
What then happens?
Well, then I will lay claim on each of your cards, place them in a bunch beside my current deck, and then we will flip the next bunch of cards. Oh, a king, a most dominant one. Haha! And yet again I am victorious. showing that I simply am superior to you anyway, because I in fact am a noble.
Well, I do believe we all are nobles.
Yeah, well, perhaps in your free countries. Now, so of course as the game progresses, we just continue in this fashion, meaning that now we once again turn cards.
Aha, I won this time.
Yes, indeed you did, most fascinating.
My peasant won over your cards. How fascinating.
But never forget that nobility and aristocracy will always be superior to the peasants.
Well, we'll see about that.
Well, let's go on, shall we?
Aha, I win this one.
Two. Blasted. Blasted indeed. So, well, as the game goes on, you can see it will progress.
Where's all the massacres?
All the murders. Now, let me tell you a little tale. Imagine as this fantastic battle unfolds that in this very moment, our united forces have utterly destroyed the inferior forces of Sire Cheatington here, meaning that he is destroyed. However,
Oh, and how do you in fact win this game?
when one person has been stripped of all his cards, leaving only one person with the entire hand, so to speak, leaving that person clearly the superior. Of course, I will be the superior regardless of the outcome, but you get the point.
Wouldn't that take an enormous load of time?
Yes, and that is why this game is functioning only and solely because of the concept of multiplayer. Now, I've heard rumors about there actually being a single player mode in this game, but it turns out to be extremely dull.
Aha.
So, yeah, in fact, this game will go on for ages until somebody shoots themselves out of pure frustration.
So are you ready? This might be the last battle, you know.
It may very well be. The British never surrender!
Why are you looking that way?
The British never surrender!
Well, I guess they don't have to. When did I beat them?
Blasted. Blasted.
Well, I guess it's time for some ratings, huh?
Yes, I suppose we should get right to it. Lord Cheatington, perhaps you would start.
Thank you. Mainly because I lost. I would like to give this game 1 lemon.
1 lemon, a most disappointing rating. Most disappointing indeed.
But it was also a disappointing game you showed to us tonight.
Yes, I suppose you may be correct there. Now, Lord Chat, what are your thoughts?
Well, firstly, we were locked up here for quite a few days, waiting for the game to end. And also I find a disappointing lack of blood. All in all, I think it has to be 3 bats.
Well, as to myself, I must admit that I am somewhat disappointed with this game. I mean, even though it displays a magnificent creativity and an element of, yeah, well, deep and ongoing battle between the players, I can't shake off the feeling that the single player element, first of all, seems to lack something, as well as the fact that the multiplayer just seems so static and, well, pre-arranged, so to speak, as if everything had been planned from the start, as if there was no chance involved in the game, or at least no chance for, well, a chance. So, well, I'm afraid I'll have to give this the lowest score ever, on my part. 5.5 thumbs up. Now, I suppose that this means that we'll have to settle for an, well, since you both disagree with my apparently rather high grades, I'll settle with the score of 3. Meaning that we will have to consider this game a fail. Or kill it with fire fail. Or stuff it down a toilet fail. Or don't even send it to your grandma because she would notice it's fail. But I suppose that concludes our show. Now have a nice week everybody and see you next time somewhere on the interwebs with the Royal Gaming Society. Peace out.